Did you know that one of the deadliest pandemics in human history began not in Europe, but thousands of miles away, traveling silently along ancient trade routes before reshaping an entire continent? The Black Death, the Great Plague pandemic, began its deadly journey in the mid-14th century. Recent genetic studies trace its origin to Central Asia, from where it traveled along trade routes and reached the Mediterranean via the port of Crimea around 1347. Once the disease reached Europe, it spread with horrifying speed. Ships docking in ports carried rats and fleas carrying the bacterium Yersinia pestis, the cause of the plague, and within weeks, entire towns were overwhelmed. Victims developed painful buboes, swollen glands under the arm or groin, as well as fevers, chills, and bleeding. Within days, many perished. The plague wasn't only bubonic. Some cases became pneumonic, spreading directly between people through coughs, making it even more lethal and fast-moving. Between 1347 and 1351, the Black Death swept through Europe, killing an estimated 25 to 30 million people, roughly one-third to half of the continent's population at the time. Cities suffered worst. Crowded, unsanitary, their narrow streets became death traps. In some places, nearly 90% of inhabitants died. Entire neighborhoods emptied overnight, and whole towns vanished under mass graves. But the Black Death also changed Europe forever. With labor scarce, survivors demanded higher wages. Feudal obligations weakened. Towns and villages reorganized their economies. The shortage of workers spurred social and cultural shifts, paving the way for transformations that would echo across centuries. Some communities turned to faith, others to despair. In many places, long-standing institutions, religious, economic, political, lost stability. Meanwhile, medical ignorance and fear led to desperate measures: isolation, flight, desperate prayers. Many saw the plague as divine punishment. Eventually, the worst wave eased. By the early 1350s, the first great shock had passed, but the plague would return in waves for centuries, a haunting legacy. In the end, the Black Death stands not only as a tragedy of mass death, but as a turning point. It reshaped populations, economies, beliefs, and the very course of European history. So tell me, do you think the Black Death was a curse that ended too many lives, or a cruel reset that forced Europe to change forever? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoy seeing history rebuilt in handcrafted miniature worlds, consider subscribing to AI What Stories. Your support helps me keep bringing these tiny histories and big moments back to life. Thank you so much.